It would not have been the welcome Bahraini ruler King Hamad Al Khalifa would have wanted. The jeers of anti-regime protesters ringing in his ears as he left an official engagement with British Prime Minister David Cameron. It was the third official visit for King Hamad since David Cameron became leader in May 2010. Check out Mohammed Al-Tajir, a human rights lawyer, is amongst those arrested and subjected to torture for his anti-regime activities in Bahrain. He thinks the king's UK visits sends out the wrong message.
I'm really disappointed that his visit has passed. Yesterday and several times he came to London, and still victims like me and the others who's still lying in jail hasn't yet been released.
The government must surely be aware of the sensitivity surrounding the visit of the Bahrain King to Britain. The meeting between David Cameron and King Hamad was described as low-key. But the crucial message coming out of this official engagement is that the British government seems oddly more concerned with maintaining diplomatic relations with the Al Khalifa family than the fate of Bahraini protesters. Despite thousands of protesters being locked up in Bahrain since the start of the country's uprising in February 2011, scores killed and many more missing, Britain remains one of the staunchest supporters of the country's rulers. Why? At a meeting at the House of Lords to discuss the situation of continued rights violations, this question was posed.
They say that we need to continue supporting Gulf dictatorships, not only Bahrain but also the other hereditary dictatorships in the Gulf, for reasons of expediency, and particularly because we need the oil that comes from that region. But in the long run, this is counterproductive, because sooner or later a regime that fully represents the people will take over, and then we will not be very popular with the electors who saw that we were in league with the repressive dictatorships that existed in the past.
Downing Street has always maintained that the human rights situation in Bahrain is high on the agenda when Cameron meets with King Hamad. They have urged the Bahraini government to implement the recommendations of the Bahrain Independent Commission of Inquiry report as a matter of urgency. This might appear as empty rhetoric to those in Bahrain fighting for reforms. Amina Taylor, Press TV, London.